what has been your most successful failure? And by that, I mean, at the time, it seemed like a loss you weren't going to be able to recover from, but you were able to take life lessons from that propel you to greater success down the road.
Well, that is a great question. And the thing in my life that has definitely made me the strongest, which at the time felt like my biggest failure, would be my marriage. I managed to marry a hockey player, actually, who, amongst other things, had a bit of a gambling problem. So by the time I was, I think I must have been about barely 30 years old, I was on my own, bankrupt, with a 4-year-old and a still breastfeeding, barely 2-year-old. And there were some pretty big struggles there. You know, I had the choice between putting gas in my car and paying bills, and then I would put gas in my car and come home and not being able to turn my lights on because my hydro was shut off. I really struggled hard for a couple of years there. And it's not something I've shared too many times. You know, it's a little embarrassing to go through bankruptcy and all of that. But I had followed my dream of becoming a fitness professional with the plan of working part-time while I stayed home taking care of my kids. That was my, you know, if you asked me when I was 22 years old, what's your life plan? That was my life plan. And then I had to figure out if I was going to stay in this industry, I needed to actually make money. And I needed to work daytime hours, and I needed to have a cancellation policy. And, you know, I needed to be a real professional here. You know, you don't go cancel on your psychologist and not pay the fee, right? Your boss calls a meeting and doesn't turn up, he still pays you, right? You can't live on not charging people when they don't turn up. Anyways, so that whole experience, going through a huge struggle financially while caring for 2 small children, was probably one of the biggest things that brought me where I am now and taught me how strong I am, taught me how resilient I am, got me thinking outside of the box, started putting more value on my services. I've taken a million certifications before that and after that, but that would be the thing that has pushed me the furthest in my life, for sure.
Yeah. And that encapsulates everything that we just talked about.
Mm-hmm.
You know, about raising the bar to be a professional so that you can get paid and
Yeah.
people expect to pay you.
Yeah.
So that's a great story. I really love that. And the other thing about going through a divorce is that, at least for me, is that it strips away part of your identity. You know,
Totally.
because I
Yeah.
know for me, I was like a husband, a dad, like a coach, like and then all of that is taken away,
Yeah.
you know, and I'm like, okay, who am I really?
Yeah.
You know, and then so I took it as an opportunity to build myself into the person that I wanted to be,
Yeah.
you know, because it's really easy to take that into dark places, you
Oh
know.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So to come out of that stronger is great.